But the kind of would in common say, Reverend Honorable Dr. Kweku Addo, Ebeba Fidiemu ha, Amayache chain como, no crack, Reverend Ewo Fidiemu ha, and the Yababedin como. Sita, near him say, a binomo bonafide property. Sita, Akonya, near him say, what is what I wouldn't mean sorry, or fan say, why would ya, Yamushi, and ye, MP elect Honorable Reverend Dr. Kweku Addo, Ablekuma West constituency, and they know a Hong Kong assistant. Reverend Dr. Kweku Addo, Honorable Abekansa, Bechiano, now community here. Opinion upon to say. Bibia Boko, a fee, a jumem, a manukua o joining so no o domino, Bibia Boko. Pacho ma one so kakra.
Mr. Brenner obia
bread you
for the past few days Mr. Menya cold. But then a Juman de see akoso yenti no you so. Na minim say His Excellency John Dramani Mama and no am share no TV so now to mo say obrewum sa na miji di say obi oye adwuma bia e NDC 4 ba mefa akwanya na machia party mpanyimfo and I feel my constituency for executives, my team, my media team, my election directorate, and a amount for what pemre etuaba the power me, and my busu afonso. That one you say. All
right. No questions. We are coming. Person maybe say we can, but you hear me pay saying a we no. I mean MP elect for Ablekuma West constituency.
Oh. Mijidi said soon 2020 minini jinaye into no going into 2024 na nya de foforo.
Okay.
But then na 2020 no you decrease your deficits no almost by 7 to 8,000.
Okay.
Into na akachire be say almost 7,000 biom. Into that was the focus from the beginning. Until from 2020 no well after 2020 me lose here no and I marry here no. Na nyam se san ko biom.
After 2020 no.
Because we
are
easy. Until no we sika wa say adaje the psychological way ni nyina no. But I think heading towards 2023 I am primaries beba no. Na me consult me ne abusua me mpanyi for so na we think that it was a good time to try again.
Okay.
Until doing that no na afia say excuse me. Yeah dey near go akwam.
Okay.
You beat me aye.
All right.
But now we knew say no person but we knew we had to take it out.
All right. 2020, 2024, Ulusi 2020, 2024, second attempt, Uwini.
Yes.
But my mention was it that now we a manual sermon or deda? And I say, Uhun say Ablekuma West, here in Puntu, Ablekuma West, here near maybe a Yadia Kamiwomo. Into me to me who see or way to watch a human apesa or Yama Ablekuma West for.
You know, I've never been in politics till 2019, 2018, 2019, okay. Thereabout. Because I've lived in Dansuma for almost all my life. Now, Osha say, Bibia teach you be encoso. Say in streets, na gutters in Niho, in source unemployment. Nipa neba me ho from Wabibre. Then you wonder, say, then ekoso.
Okay.
You know, but then beyond that, and so no say, Osha Dansuman, the way when we were younger. Now you who Dansuman near the Huawei hono. Says in Obium. DC, you know, those times where you kuskua, yankwa, a separate bus because DC for air back home. When we then that says the pride, you know, ne focus na ku PPA, Spinkters, ne Islegon, ne other places. Na, but Nina says, Osha, where DC is located is one of the best locations that you can ever have. When we as far as accessibility near there. Until now, I think that we need better.
Okay.
Things for your constituency, but then the other aspect of it, and say the MP now notice had been there 4 years prior,
okay,
and then saying the party was not in power, until we all gave her a chance. Then her party came in power. Then she was made a minister for the first time. And also, the first time the Afra and party about power,
yeah, man,
then you got a second chance. And then it's like, same old. You know, into going to 2024 there, now we were a little bit more focused and aggressive to make sure we win. Because that means for 12 years, NDC had not had an MP, and since Ablekuma West was created, Nipa Bakuna no Atranso. At that point, we felt like, if not, it would seem as though, say, ABI, we've been taken for granted. So I think the entire constituency were behind me this time around.
Say Omodi 2 minute ebe ma.
Yes.
Again, peculiar things Nana current MP no 1 year. I motivate you say ubeji 2 minute ababeye.
Oh, one. The personality reactions.
Okay.
Well, the posture was one, because me call the areas I may consider yen stronghold now.
All right.
And they feel denigrated by near maybe. Can you imagine say regional minister Betimi aka say MP or Brono Subi say ewa Ablekuma West in Krofu Gusote bamboo houses soa. Say how would you feel?
Bad.
Well, in Zolezu kra mfano ho. You get the point. Then beyond that, you see the number of the youth unemployment. And in 2020 we had about, per meme count, we had about 18 ghettos along the seaside or Gliffy. Say it's about 40. Well, when you go out, unya engagement, parents are asking, what is going to happen to the rehabilitation of drug addicts? Most of them, and so 18, maybe 15. Then, wash your arterial roads. Then in Dansuma, anytime in Suba be a flood. Then you can say, but why should this be? Well, who caught to say Glife end, no? As I say in Suta, most of it, There was a demolition from Shiabu through Bebu all the way into Glife. Edifices are bubu. Well, say in the quest to see we say, you say, then down the Gobola. Bola na hip almost half a kilometer. When we then hip almost 5 your friend story high. And no. Now Oko Otojo, where even is her stronghold in Suta the same thing.
No,
it's been 12 years. Well, at least with the capacity now we would have hoped. Say be open lobby now at least yet be storm drain be, just like the Praise Bafu Dams did in that time. I storm drain for Emmanuel Praise be hall.
Yeah.
Eddie Muko Chemuno one then. Say in Sutona Oba Otojoa. It's sad. My own church, the Universal Church. In Sutoya, we couldn't see the pulpit anymore. The whole place was flooded. One then. And then you go to homes. But so it's just because some good people have built in the waterway. One then. I feel so with leadership, there has to be a good drainage system, and no aside and so no insecurity. Ablekuma West up to now you go to Shimon Crawford back.
On phones.
We'll be you wonder, say, why can't we light up the city? Because say Saturday near Nanti from St. Martin de Porres and him, Edicor St. Benedict. From one, I no light. On street lights, no poles, no, but lighting. But meanwhile, we know, say, almost 350,000 street lights have been bought by, we say your friend is saying, the ECG. Ablekuma West, dear. No, once you say, but then over to the say, you're way back, because every your friend there. Assemblyman should have received over 100.
Yeah.
Send your young community. Into Niama in Kitty way, but I think we just need honest leadership.
And you think you have it?
Oh, that day I can promise the people. I can promise the people.
Eti Ablekuma West for Enyajidi say, Doc Wabano, Ubeye Juma. Because we hear some more issues are a yet memo for a Ablekuma West constituency. Ubeye Juma Mawam.
A Juman cried a fear said that.
What fear are we a Juman?
Because we actually let me fear I'm a municipal office order. Well, because say so many things are going on. I don't know whether the MC, who is whether so a news said they what you say, and a reporter and you're good. Well, I don't know. But we had to go to the former municipal office hall also to go help safeguard NIA for birth and death for one properties near there.
Right.
But despite the government, the MP may have lost, the municipal assembly will be moving. You know. They've not gone out yet.
Okay.
And to me, I think ideally, Anka, they should have been at post.
But
so then we have to take charge and make sure. We say I was in Ebenezer Secondary School yesterday for their Christmas carol. Agenda 111 project be our year. The people who were doing the project have come to collect the cement, the bricks, and everything from site.
One more agenda 111. Materials need to use a wahorum no.
I'm about to say.
One more about to say.
Sir, I'm gonna say Jumana Nyentino. They've come to we should have leadership in place. What do you say? And you know, these are things that say if it's an honest leadership, you just leave these things.
Exactly.
It's not. It's.
I
was in the school yesterday, had a discussion with the headmistress and the leadership.
Ebenezer Secondary School.
Well, I don't know. And then your Hong Kong says, today from here, we are going to the hospital now, Musino, to go make sure it's locked up and see if we can find a better. And we will do our best.
Huge victory for the NDC. Huge victory for yourself. You say, oh, papa. And I want Kasa. Who won't come on? Also, na honorable Esla say, oh, and I am buying a was for any idea. Victory, no. Would you say, dear John Dramani Mahama, Edia to Jasi Waba Bayeno? No crap, will bet me I am a Ghana fan in Tamapefra. And I feel so no Bosha will share with Timemu for Ablekuma West constituency, Yenya GD Mapa, Ewu.
Answer me the first answer my papa media what I promised them my cousin basic school down there with me promise one say I'll give them an honest leadership and impactful leadership near my way I promised it say me do one quite na bibia may be answer no me make sure say timemufo no ebinya ho mfaso now going to me Papa John Dramani me feel say after having been in power and having been home and seeing all that has gone on, there is no way he will come and things will not be better. But then when you look at the NDC manifesto and so on, in Ablekuma West, we are complaining about youth unemployment. We can see the 24-hour economy coming to help us. Well, I don't know. So, we share the same unemployment now. I can see the National Skills Training Program coming to help us. Say Osha young women empowerment dance ma dodo na either so didwa or your hairdressing or pamade or your one businesses no the National Women's Bank no will come ebabeboa when we identify social pillars here which is bibi here na I don't think say it cannot happen what you say but then the fear is that say the victory is so big say one sure the expectation of people will be overly. That is where the concern is.
But when you say Sana was
well, the reality is
because overwhelming victory idea, then of course, to whom much is given,
much is expected. But then, as we speak, with the expectation, I keep saying it, you know how bad your situation is. So when you mentioned all we hear
NDC for
Ghana in general, and then the government are ebemuno. Yes, you yes say sikawe ayawe yes way. But until you sit down now, look at the books. Now you have the privilege after transition to see the books. Then you see the level of whether rot our system no more. And in as much as all these policies are supposed to help for us to reset Ghana, no. The fact will be that we have to be more open to the public and communicate as we go along, so that Ablekuma say, if youth employment and with sanitation guards, which is an implementation, yes, we let the people know at least 50 people have been served, 30 people have been served, so that if somebody was expecting, say, within a month, over service 1,000 people are. When we say, that is not the way. When we're then, and only the honest aspect of the leadership. And for us in Ablekuma West and so on, I mean, I'm going to initiate it anyway. What we call the MPs Forum. What do you say? Every
interactions.
Periodically, 2-3 months, you are meeting with different groups so that we can dialogue and see how we are getting things down. And even to report to them.
Okay.
That make our parliament, hey, Master,
yeah,
me backbench into me, so that people know, so that they don't just assume, say, be a Otiho, Yama V8, and I won't Kasa.
What about V8 Nibi?
I don't know. I don't know. But, you know, I've always been of the opinion that MPs in Accra, V8, the Anke Winyasa.
Right.
I think a decent vehicle
is okay.
It's okay.
Well, first 100 days, Ewo Ablekuma West. First 100 days after 7th January 2025.
Nyamini no kware mean to me enter getting with the first 100 days. But a Juman you be fiase ni aye, I can see be because your friend is saying, say, oh, share nipadoma eba me ho even say. One started when me here scholarship, me here way into oh, I mean from the day you win into when you know so the secretariat is already in place.
All right.
Yeah, picky data, yeah, and then see how we fix everybody. And we will continue because I don't have anywhere else to live but Dansuman. We will have to make sure because my work is in Dansuma, my home is in Dansuma, my church is in Dansuma. Yes. Somebody asked me, how do I live?
Oh, but it happens. I
think it's a problem.
So one thing in Pesuaso, no? Personally,
that's my personal opinion. Unless ABOB northern region, Ashanti region, now all Babe, what you say, but say within the Accra space, and it would be nice. If you see, because
constituency.
When I talk about Dansuman, I know Dansuman in and out because daily I'm there. I not pay but traffic lights in there were mames in, and there was almost a collision with her. And it's the daily basis because over years, about the past 2 years or so, that traffic light has not worked. So I want to tell you, how would you know?
Yeah, what Addo says, our traffic lights it's been doomed for months.
I would say last year sometime, not almost all traffic lights that were not working. And then somehow they started. But I'm so dear. I mean, mamas, I don't know what the problem is, but we'll fix it. We'll have to fix it.
Honorable Esla Afra.
On frame here, but I'm not expecting it.
When in Kasa? And how Jenny?
Oh,
now, set what a Reverend Minister. We nyame adwuma yi na enne so amanyo sem a ene wura eyem rahye bedwam ubewe ne sen
say nyame adwuma ne de will forever do it.
Okay.
Na osoma yebesomo oman so no, it's all part of it.
Okay.
When we just say for the past few years, I have not fully been in your friend is saying church, say preaching all the time and doing those things. But then almost since 2020, almost every Sunday I have an invitation somewhere, either to preach or to teach or to do something for Nyamemba. In the end, we'll keep doing it. Because we say me kobe nyina no Nyankopon adom.
Yeah.
And my bedu mpempen so amedu no. Nti I will not forsake no for BBR. But the difficulty, and they say me a position me properly. Na me mpa bonso ne say at any point bia no unko shine in free with GDR what the cause or the amanfo anim. Because we've heard stories, we've read stories about Nkrophobia. They started very well, and maybe said politics is a dangerous game, so they went in and
got power drunk,
and then diverted in character. But me penny for back, my mentor be catcher me say, you can go as high as you can, but the only thing they be keep will your character. But that's what I safeguard against. Senya ebeya minko gunya nkopo animase, and say ngu Ablekuma West for animase.
Allegedly, Yenyanentiese after the NDC win, especially who win Ewo Ablekuma West constituency, among 4B, allegedly a break into a Honorable Esla Owusu Efie, and when somebody be what's his answer maybe?
But I'll have to say, the people were not from Ablekuma West. I can say it emphatically, because when they first entered the municipal, in a few minutes, and the divisional commander called me.
Okay.
So what I say, NDC phobia, I call municipal. I'm saying no, it's not possible, because I know my boys.
Okay.
You know, so right away we sent some people there, and truthfully, when they went, none of them was from the
constituency.
Then after that, we had another call, NIA office, and also they went there, and even there they were able to stop those guys from taking those computers out, even before the police got there. And then now I think the GIFEX for the one year amoboy na police one custody say, and then in answer, and you could deny NIA for SMB one office. But it was later I saw a video say oh yeah, say Honorable Fie Nkrofo akwa destroy on yade. But then actually my drink kakra, because there are video I'm sure she would have video cameras, CCTV cameras and then they should be able to quickly look at it and that's right. But I can promise you none from Ablekuma West, because Ablekuma West, I know Ablekuma West.
Hey, that's one. They see NPP adincho. Why be penyinia ene wura ma hye bedwamu yi. Ene se wo call saa wo kuni bia wodi nkunim na. Ade na hu ne se NPP ye ya ene ade saa intro kese we abre wo mo. The defeat of NPP.
My personal opinion, I think say at a point, Ghanaians, we felt that we're being taken for granted. And then secondly, the economy, the price increases near Addo. And that is what I think these two things.
Okay.
One word in, because who say yento salary mo na niema buokwa, you naturally become frustrated in life. Of course. And there's nobody to blame but the government. One word in. It feels like was one of the things, because who say 2020 na may talk breakfast outside at least 15 cedis, 20 cedis will do it. And no, you're there, obla your cap, and your friends say, cozy 5 cedis, both with 5 cedis. Good breakfast. Say, if you want to have a good breakfast, the same meal now, at least you should have about 40 or 50 cedis.
Yeah, 40 or 50 cedis.
So, well, so, okay, so by the watch it type in there, then call about almost 60, 70 cedis. I'll be your crown, I won't me. Into once those things happen in the minds of people, a problem. Me car you see and Subia Nissan Frontier. First now me top petrol 700 cedis. Me fill me tank. Now I have to buy as much as almost 1,800 cedis. So you feel the pain. You feel the pain. Because you find saying I ran a school in Dansoman, and you see in Crawford and Anka first, you be a school where you are the best school fees, and now by midterm where you are now they are all struggling. Exams at the end of the term, people can pay all their fees. Your fees, so and yet dollar the be then 5,000 near day. Until now you realize that people were suffering at all levels. Now people find a way to live, but then they will always want to look for an alternative, hopefully for a change. That is my prayer.
Okay.
Say NDC government, but I keep saying it. Say we won't go to that same line. I'm happy, say His Excellency says he wants to reduce the number of ministers.
Yeah.
Which for me, I think it's a huge thing, because the expenditure free mono massive, and then also we look at the way we cut general expenditure. Now, if taxes need be senior we've said no, free.
So it's e-levy obey you.
And there's 11 uncles buy in the first place.
But would you this obey you?
I'm sure he would.
Betting tax
in the Minyakran and my boys in there it's not number one problem. Okay. Also one manager or no other near Teno. Well near Mecheno. And the taxes I know the IMF restructuring there's the need for some of them to linger on till we renegotiate it so that they can come off. Because until the friends Abuson Carrefour will feel the easy way for not increasing Niema too much, not because they want so much money, because at least they want to see their monies, and then other Niema so will come
Okay.
The Ghanaian person will continue to complain.
All right. Niama bebre wo ho a e was MPP aban yi e was otusu sa. Ba ya hwe ni mu a ontusu sa. And currently in Samoa na sa Samoa da ho a e da ye nyina ye kon ho LGBT. E ho nsem. Ene okomra she bedwem. Still aban entusu sa say ya je atum ana ye nyintu was a Reverend Father, we a Reverend Minister, we say honorable member say. NDC ba mo be ye fi ho. And I'm retia we a akeya ye de John Dramani Mahama ba be so should we expect say man peni otisu yi obetimi assign say manyantum anamajiatum. And what's your position on that?
Anke be me de enra when they dismiss the case now that Parliament has the way to be able to send it over for him to look at it, I'll pray say he will sign it. What I say because
but I didn't man sign and adwin so will sign.
So no say in Crawford injunction I'm the court in my court then I run so court and I make a decision on it. But me say Oba Ablekuma West. Now share young boys nibia sa suban no ene tebia mo say ya orebe ho.
Wo sa suban ni mbi no.
So what I say now I'm account sa na woni pedua na nkasa no e wo se na ete, you know. And then beyond that, if obia or no it's well to do and I encourage it because of unemployment sika unpa no chiri ntu be man sika na what na kosa, you know, it's very sad. But beyond that, the spiritual implication,
okay,
what he has here, and for me from day one I have believed that I thought that this thing would have been passed and there is nowhere. What he has here. And then okay, Romans chapter 1, and these are things that bring curses upon the people. Now, Sebit Afra, I'm on radio though, but we share the way Nyankopon in his sharp mind. Why your bar? Why your bar?
What you crowd just here? What's the
there be? I mean, you can.
What are so the din? They was on your could now pay. The why your bar?
Well, into no, but in as much as say John 10:10, or say that the enemy comes to steal, to kill, and to destroy. And these three things, you know, happens at every level in our life. Because the person who practices those things, you know, one, they themselves are not happy. One, joy has been taken away from them. And then in the end, you know, so they are destroyed because their body goes through changes, which is not. How can a man be walking and because of a practice like that, have with diaper on or pampers on? I mean, you cannot phantom it. When I didn't made me feel say so now people were worried about near jail. No, but me no actually say one hour promote when I didn't say akwala 13, 12-year-old, 14-year-old or no years no nya ne ho nti asepon hu say no be born bra na ubednam kwan bi so amana feel say okay
to be in that
I see a so. Well, I don't know. But especially the younger ones, we need to rehabilitate them. You give them reasons why it is not good, and let them also know what the end result will be. Once I
clear there was what me sign.
Because one sign from what I know, the 9th Parliament, but they will have to go through the whole process too.
Again,
which I don't think so. At least we have clear 2 weeks. That signature there. How long does it take?
It doesn't take that long.
What
that's your software and I say we nyame National Cathedral. Do you foresee say NDC aban ba wo be hu bibi wo be pese wo be si menya ne tie say bi mu si enya ne mfansi ayaresabia hospital ne ade na emeye John Dramani Mahama's legacy. First of all, the National Cathedral hon sem say na wunya ofa no e na ehon baby ababedroi $58 million ye hu de ye de aye aban ya ebe Ghana ye hu si aboka obesi aman. And that's what baby before for and I be to us as the most special and expensive hole ever in the world.
To be honest, I would not be able to say what His Excellency would think. But if you were to ask my opinion, right from the beginning, I personally thought that the cathedral was unnecessary.
Okay.
Well, I don't know. Because when you look at the churches in Ghana,
no.
Cathedral. I didn't think so. And then later, when you get a concept, see as a cathedral, mosque, shrine, basement, or baby, then it ceases to be a cathedral. In my mind. And then number two, the location of the cathedral, I also thought I think that it was wrong. Well, say me madrinya. Regional Minister Henry Kote, Ekobubui, Sodom and Gomorrah was a big space, something like that, even if, and give the opportunity for the Kole Lagoon to be cleaned up to augment it. Or if not, I would have thought you'd have taken such a project, maybe to Dodoa somewhere, which will help now the greater expand, open economically to.
Is that a JDM where a segment?
And then it will make sense. But then besides that, look at Royal House, wonderful edifice. Go to the Dome, Ajansara. Sorry, there are so many places that big. Lighthouse for the Kodesh. You understand? And then it's the same concept. Lighthouse building a bigger or a more way cathedral. They moved to Mampong, and which now is made that a Bree road, very attractive. Well, I think say with the cathedral and what brings a division between yen Christosomnia, it's yen understanding of a methodology of service. Well, the charismatic say evangelist so yen say Octodos for yen say now if we say we say. I mean, we can gather there. There are so many places. National Theatre is there. Your friend is
Conference Center.
Conference Center is there. Even the Independence Square is there. And there were options for, and but all this. Sometimes we forget the demolition that took place. Before that project started.
Passport office.
Just waste. Those are the things that.
And yet it's a dying soon. Modern houses.
For me, dear, whatever our president decides that we use it for, but I surely believe it's not going to be a cathedral, because that land, it's a prime land.
Exactly.
That I think we should opt for something that is more beneficial to the nation than a cathedral.
Honorable, Ura Parliament too. Parliamentarians ye tatin komo bi sei omoba fofora emuda ho ohu the energy ohu the desire say obeboa asom ne man, and then na ko ye ho ye the edins was so with parliamentarians dani de nyina e de na wo ka kire won crofo na wo show mo boss say bi si sa wo monye wo den, because wo hwe abana ye to ye na sa victory being see Ghana hada. So I always say metena ha bia meka say the ordinary Ghanaian is discerning. E bra na de bentoa na Manchester dada nipa no. Unse ne omo say ya ji usika no. Ba ye nto ma. It tells you say ye nyina ye pese ye pagya wo man yi. E betimi asesa wo.
Well, unse baby abeko bia no, they have their culture. And as ye beka say oh baby a institute bi ma wan hwa, then you become institutionalized. What you say, but then I think the focus of you being there is to legislate and help the place or the people now to make sure they get what they deserve. I don't think no matter, well, you make new friends, you have better understanding to things, but you shouldn't forget the reason why you are there. What you saying, the people who took you there. I think we fear no na because honorable worry. Well, I don't know. And yes, answer there. Then it will be an indictment on yourself. And like I keep saying, for a few friends that I know, Sege MP, he's also an apostle. For Christopher, the way on our lives is always higher. And you'll be ordinary person, which people will give a pass. They won't forgive you because you are a minister. What I say, and I keep that in mind. I'm always conscious, and I keep telling my clergy friends to keep praying for me. You see, because when I fail, we fail God. What I say, we feel great. But my
service
hope,
to man is service to God.
But my hope is that rather we'll be an example, and through that, more of our brothers and sisters will also come on board. So at least with clear conscience, at least we'll be able to serve Ghana better.
Ususu say obekọ ope se wo call 1 term 2 terms say na wo susu say na wa plan ho once obi wo ho a once obi wo ho a menya akwanya no ba me makwanya ne say aha kwan nye yensuo nyina monkane ansem no nyina enye nyame madom na mitimi ye wi amawie I mean I've done my part me susu de me susu say mabasa me besi Ablekuma West esi ho omo how me how me call 2 terms say na wo nhye yete.
No, in my thinking, no, was a son so it comes with your personal preference.
Okay.
Well, I don't know. In my retirement, I would want to find a very quiet place somewhere
and go and stay.
What I say? With that in mind, no, I should be thinking about that. And so long as my strength will take me for me to serve Ablekuma for well, I will do that. And in life, and so that you never know, because you may go in one term, Nilante Vanderpoel, or say MPBR after 3 terms, you should know that your body is tired. Well, they have mentioned it's when you feel that weariness, you don't have to push it. But I also know, I don't know, but I would think, say, if you go into it, as it's the end of your life, I be a non-year as your profession there, then you have to keep doing it.
All right.
Well, but I also have other ambitions. What you are saying, I also have other. I also have other near mayor in life, and hopefully for God to help me to be able to do. I think I'll go as long as the Ablekuma West people allow me to.
Akonya kesi no when di actually. Do you have any presidential ambition?
I can only wait on God. Whatever God's desire.
But also, who died that ma waju mu da say nyame madom na mira ma shebedwe me ye madwuma said ye was me ye Ghana for ehunu madwuma ma ya ma Ablekuma West na say ehun be hia se magina say presidential candidate and by far me man panyin ma waju mu da.
There be
Emma wadu mu da but ebetimi aba
Sunday nyame ka this Emma so adai so na and ebem you know, because you see the things that man wish for what you see by say man proposes God disposes into, you know, me saying my brother, you see, if you were to know my beginnings, you would never have thought that one day I'll be here.
Come baho by emrenaso
you know, I grew up in a home that we didn't have. A home with many children. My beginnings were, you wouldn't have imagined.
More siblings.
I had 10 other siblings until year 11.
Okay.
And I met also by 8. From beginning, you know, it wasn't Brunya Krabeshaw brother, no, no, the last year Brunya Tari this time. You know, it was easy. You shed a plate in your chair, Janina, your chair, but now say decrease. Nam ye bubu, baby, do so.
But I and my saying.
My 5.
My 5.
But
omo ye mubu sa
enko. So Addo munti no.
Bibia
What you say? Now everybody has their room and things like that. But growing up, we were sleeping in the living room. 11 you know. No. In my 5, the year that's also now. And my 5 so had one room. Now papa and man, because the house was a 2-bedroom house.
It's fire musima ba ko wan kasa o family. Wanamuntu fire film.
So say my brother bono infiti asiye no, but ade ba ko Nyankopon yen adom say na ma me ne papa do Nyankopon.
Okay.
Nti wode nyamesuro na etete yen. And that is why me nuan mo mema ni nyina ya asofo.
Okay.
And oba no ba ko so asofo. Nti no, having that in mind, no, we've had our own difficulties growing up, but say no, Nyankopon adom me papa fi mu na me auntie bi emma me akwanya mitimi di 2 kwai.
Okay.
So until that be I'm happy say in reality some papa who feel na
auntie baby say na baby
you know, it's not that I don't love the man.
No, I mean,
but it was because he had his own.
It's an upliftment
for me. What you say, may his soul rest in peace. And then I went to Zoom Sectec.
Okay.
From St. Anthony's Preparatory School. Thereafter, I went to Institute of Tropical Agric, Kumase.
Okay.
Before in 88, 89, meeting me too, quite broachy. Well, until Honor, then I did a lot of studies, kakra, divergent ones. But Ninja, me back Ghana say no. I started the real estate agent training well, training real estate agents, because I realized one what it in US and they weren't doing it the way it's supposed to.
Okay.
Thank God now the real estate bill has also been passed. And with that now, I mean so in old age in the school of fears me so.
Okay.
So I'm the director of Odarin Christian School.
Okay.
And then I have my own company, which is the Iglo Real Estate Consult. And then now I'm into politics. That is my life in general. I'm married with 5 children. But what I enjoy most, I like my gospel music and then spending time with my family.
20 years circular.
Oh no, me tie bibia. Me tie bibia. Because I believe we should stop over spiritualizing our Christianity
and enjoy life. Let's be human.
Let's be human and serve God, because nyame som na wakom teach you number 1 before any other abundance. So there.
All right. Honorable, last words. Yebreno ayebe.
Oh, meda mo say mo mami akwanya me ne mo abedi nkomo. And then also I want to once again thank my constituents. Na ene me executives ne directorate amobo aya adwumaden. Enubium no so say na da bia me ka kire won no. I can only promise them, say I'll be honest with them. And then whatever I do I would want for us to be accountable for it. Okay. So in doing so, I will engage them. And then where I'm going wrong, I'm corrected. Where they are not doing well, I also tell them, so we can build a better Ablekuma West. On the other hand, I wish all my other PCs very well. And I pray, say, Union 5 now, one case hanging, and they'll be able to get it over with.
And no more wedding
oh, say, in Chun the but you have to manage it. Okay. But don't stay in your rooms. Don't shut yourself up. Come back out, because a human Dawson. All right. And their experiences will be needed.
All right. Honorable Yebeda was say Ojebre any ebesum ye and a pay Ghana Kasa on Kasapa 102.5. It was an appeal.